Hello everyone and welcome back to another plan with me. As usual, this is not my bullet journal. I am planning for somebody else and they chose a cute woodland theme for this month. I am so excited for September. September is my favorite month of the year. It's my birthday month and it's the start of fall, even though it doesn't really feel like it, but I'm all about it. So I'm very excited to plan for this month. So this theme includes a lot of little gnomes and mushrooms and leaves and stuff like that. And I throw a few like squirrels in there because they said they wanted an animal and that was like the easiest, smallest one to draw. So that's what I did. So starting off with the cover page, I'm just doing like a horseshoe type U shape, roughly, with a bunch of different leaves and things, and I chose the easiest kind of gnome to draw, so just the hat and the beard and the nose, and that's it, because I know there's a lot of different ways you can draw it, but this was the most simple. And I also used a thicker fine liner than I normally do, just because I thought it looked nice. It was bold and it went with the more cartoony vibes that I was going for this month. And then I end up doing this throughout most of the setup, but I'm putting little stars and dots everywhere just to kind of fill it out and make it look more magical, I guess. So I do that in all of the spaces that I felt were kind of bare throughout the spread. And then for the quote page, this is a quote from Jason Mraz, and I used my stamps for this. I love using my stamps. And it's a pretty long quote, and I honestly can't remember it right now, so you'll just have to wait and see. And then my color palette for this month is very warm, as you can see all the colors on the side there. A few different greens. They're honestly very similar, and I probably could have stuck with just two of them. I mean, they're all pretty similar shades, so there wasn't really much distinction there, but it shows up better in person. So I have a few different greens, and they're all kind of on the yellowy green side, or olive green. And then I have three different brown shades that are also all pretty warm, and then a yellow, a red, and two different oranges, although I ended up pretty much just using the lighter one of the two because the darker one showed up basically red. So kind of the same vibe I was getting with the greens, all very similar, but it's a very warm color palette, very fall and cozy feeling. Now moving on to the monthly calendar setup, I'm just doing a very simple grid calendar. It's 6x6 boxes, and I start my calendars on Sunday, not Monday. I know that throws some people off, but yep, and I'm using the same bold fine liner that I was using before. And now for the doodles on this page, I did a little squirrel and mushroom on a tree stump, and I thought that turned out pretty cute. And then again, just the same gnomes and mushrooms and that type of stuff, leaves everywhere, obviously, and then star doodles. And I didn't know this, but I was told, and that's why in this spread you'll only see me color in the gnome hats red, because I guess that's a thing where male gnomes only have red hats, but if they're female they can have other colored hats. I don't know. That's what I was told, so that's what I went with. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Maybe somebody knows more about gnomes than I do. And then I'm drawing a little wooden sign that'll be for the to-do list that'll go on the side there. And I end up leaving that space up there completely blank because I wasn't exactly sure what to draw up there, if it was more leaves or a mushroom or something. So comment down below if you have any good ideas. I just thought maybe leaves would look like they're floating up there, but they're kind of floating everywhere. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Now moving on to the next spread. This is the habit trackers page, and this is very simple and typical for a habit tracker page. I'm just doing 6 mini calendars, and then to track 6 habits, and then a bunch of little doodles all around it. So normal stuff. Now breaking out the stamps again for this next page. This is always a fun one. It is the fall bucket list, and I have it divided into 4 different categories for what this person wanted. So garden, house, and then day trips and other. And some have a lot of space, some have very little space, just depending on what they wanted. So they're basically all just little checklists, and then more mushrooms and gnomes and leaves and all that jazz around it. Now moving on to the final spread in this setup. This is the first weekly, and as you can see, I drew a little gnome beard because that was going to be overlapping one of the weekly boxes, so I got that out of the way first, and now I'm moving on to drawing out 7 vertical boxes, and obviously the weekend has to be cut shorter to fit all 4 of them onto that side of the page. So I'm doing tall weekly boxes, and then a space for a mini calendar to see what week you're in of the month, and then notes on the other side. And this is a weekly setup that I saw on Pinterest that they really liked, so I did not come up with this exact look or setup or whatever, so if I can find the original artist, I will put that down below as well, because I did not come up with this. And then I'm just drawing a bunch of doodles at the top again, as usual: mushrooms, gnomes, leaves, and stars and dots, all that jazz. You get pretty good at drawing this stuff when you have to draw it for like 2 hours. But I think it turned out really cute. Alright, now we're into the final flip through, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought this was such a cute setup and I really had fun doing it. Love the colors. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, so you can see all my future videos, and hopefully I keep up with it this time. So I hope everyone has a great month, and I'll see you next time.